Good night, everyone. We are going to present a business case about taking the coconut water KERO COCO to Australia. Australia scores 94.1 in Business Freedom Index. Startup companies enjoy great flexibility in licensing and other regulatory frameworks. In economic freedom, the country scores 81.4, making its economy the fourth freest. Business Freedom Index is a general indicator of government regulation of business efficiency. This score is based in 10 factors, is divided into starting a business, have the license, and close the deal. Economic Freedom Index is a ranking based on the number of government regulations on wealth-creating activity. Metrics that this index evaluates include international trade restrictions, government spending relative to GDP, occupational licensing requirements, private properties, and so on.
Regarding the manufacturing of our product, we feel that we have interdependencies with the United States and Brazil. With the United States because we need their technology for the packaging process, and with Brazil because we need the fruit to extract the coconut water. Because the product has a 99% of pure coconut water in its composition, PepsiCo created a program called Agro Coco, which establishes fixed prices and purchase volume throughout the whole year with medium and small producers located in the northeast of the country. We decided to go to Australia because there are very few brands that sell 99% pure coconut water like KERO COCO does in Brazil. The majority of the brands sell flavored coconut water, like H2 Coco, which is an example of a very known brand that sells flavors like acai and pineapple coconut water. We feel that because KERO COCO is the most known brand in Brazil, especially for its similarity to natural coconut water, there's a market that we can explore and be competitive in. Australia is a highly developed country. In a scale from 1 to 100, it has a life expectancy at birth of 82.5 years. Also, almost 95% of the population aged above 25 years old has some secondary school education, and 5.12% of its GDP is spent on education. Besides that, the employment to population ratio is really high, accounting for 62.3%. Our approach will be a regional one. We have a global brand who sees the whole world as a potential market. Therefore, we develop different strategies so we can offer a product that's different from the ones offered by our competitors. Our coconut water, as said before, has 99% pure coconut water in its composition, which means that we use very few or non conservatives. Since people are more concerned about their health nowadays, that's an important differential.
Australia has a warm weather as Brazil does. People in general have healthy lifestyles and practice sports. They they experience a mix of food influences from several cultures around the world, which may be a facility when entering with foreign products in the country. They eat a lot of fruits, fish, and cereals. Another important aspect from Australia is that Brazil has a huge influence in its market. People already consume açaí, use Havaianas at the beach, and a lot of bars and restaurants play Brazilian songs. Australia has a well-developed economy, the 13th biggest in the world based on PIB. The country is part of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, an economic bloc formed by Asian, American, and Oceania that is willing to transform the Pacific area into a free commerce zone. People in Australia are mostly old. Most of the young people lives abroad for work. The official language in the country is English, spoken and written in a variant structure called the Australian English. Its capital is Sydney. The country has a government system based on liberalism traditions. The government has a parliament elected by the people. Even though Australia is an independent nation, the Queen Elizabeth II from Great Britain is formally their queen. She nominates a general governor to represent her in the country. Australia has obligations under a number of international human rights treaties to take measures to eliminate discrimination, including on the basis of age, race, sex, pregnancy, marital status, and disability. It is advanced in technology and highly industrialized.
Because Australia is an individualistic country and has high indulgence, we would recommend the brand to focus on selling their product in places where people spend their time chilling and playing because free time is something they value a lot. Also, because the country is very individualistic, we would recommend them to promote the product with families spending the time together and taking care of each other. We would like to propose a strategic point of sale research with the objective of asking people if they would buy coconut water at the beach and if they would find easier to buy the product in vending machines also at the beach. We would use the primary research because it's not common to have vending machines at the beach in Australia, so it would be something new with the need of questionnaires and people to answer, so we can make sure if it's viable or not.
For market segmentation, we as a consumer-related company will choose the demographic one to enter in the market and following certain criteria as age, family size, and pricing. For target group, we are targeting a lifestyle psychographic way where KERO COCO will focus in two main groups. The first one is people engaging with sports and outdoor activities, and the second one is people oriented for a healthy way of life, but not necessarily sport practitioners. So our three main competitors are Coco Bella, which claims for 70% of total share in Australian market. HO Coco, that has a range very diversified in terms of combining fruits, for example, acai and coconut water and pineapple and coconut water, and Rossi, which is a brand who export their cocos from Thailand. About our entry strategy and why, with our main competitors being super young in the market, KERO COCO will entry as a brand with more than 10 years of history and tradition. Also, we are following the main pillar of our company, which is performance with purpose. So we create value and a sustainable growth for people and the planet, um, focusing our operation primarily in the top five important cities distribution, which are Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Perth. And beginning with the cities, KERO COCO can dissipate the products in the main regions of population and sports activists, while reach important goals as create brand awareness and brand loyalty.
Regarding the marketing plan, the product will have its name changed because of pronunciation. Instead of Caro Coco, it will be Coco Bay, but it will still have its Brazilian layout. For the promotion, we will first launch the product at a surf contest in Bells Beach, and we will also give samples and participate in yoga events. We will use Australian celebrities on social networks. We will place our product in supermarkets, mini markets, vending machines, and diners near beaches. And the price will be different for the three different sizes.
What are your expectations going to Australia?
I'm really excited because it's a very warm country like Brazil, which makes it easier for me to adapt. Besides, it won't be necessary to change my packaging because it's very good for stocking and also it keeps me fresh.
What are your concerns about going to Australia?
My main concern is to have to compete with other beverages that are already established in the market, not only the coconut water brands. Because we will have to change my name, I'm afraid that people will not associate Coco Bay with KERO COCO, which is a very known brand in Brazil.
Why do you think Australia is a good market?
I think it is a good market because Australia is an intermediate country in terms of uncertainty avoidance, which means that population is somewhat open to new products. Also, it has warm weather and lots of beaches, which is favorable thing for me because people need to refresh.